everyone, hey all, welcome back to the channel, and this week we are going to do a little foray into the world of Transformers Cyberverse, starting things off with Deluxe Class Wave 4, Thunderhowl. He's going to be our focus this time around in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, that's right, it's me, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, light them up, baby. And hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton and lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors NL, The Autobot Family, Transformers vs. G.I. Joe vs. DC Universe vs. Marvel, and Autobot City Central, as well as all of my social media links. The links for all of that are in the description, man. While you're at it, if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, why not use the donate link? Check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course you can hit the join button right here on YouTube. And this is Deluxe Class Cyberverse Thunderhowl. Now, here's the thing. I had heard great things about these Cyberverse Deluxes. And admittedly, I myself have felt like Cyberverse has really stepped up their game in kind of later releases and in the later years of its life, so to speak, especially as compared to its lackluster offerings very early on. For example, I've liked some of the Ultra Class offerings and some of the ones that had like the light up, the Trooper I think it was called. But I hadn't had a chance to look at anything from the Deluxe class, and here's why. Because I really didn't need another RC or a Grimlock or a Optimus or a Megatron or a Shockwave or a Hot Rod. Or, I don't even know who the other one is. I don't even remember who the other one is. But this is a brand new character. Now I do have the Ultra Class version of this guy, who I think is probably a little more animation accurate. It's certainly still not exactly accurate, but that's really great. And I was kind of skeptical about this one, but good friend of the channel, Input, kind of hooked me up with him. By the way, if you don't know Input, go check him out, man. He is fantastic, and everything he does is always a good time, man. Especially his stop motions. And I thank him for this. So this was my first chance. I didn't know what to expect, but he kind of started off very positively because he feels good in the hand. But how well does he function? What is he accurate to, and what is that conversion like? Well, we're about to find all of that out when we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. So a great big shout out to Input. I appreciate him sending this along. This is the Cyberverse Deluxe Class Thunderhowl. And it's one of those new characters, and I'm the sort of guy that when there's new fiction, I like to support new characters if I can. This is a great addition, man. Really a great addition. So I'm happy to be able to add Thunderhowl kind of to the lineup here for a review for you guys. But I'm excited to look at this guy. He came with the head of Macadam. I'm not going to look at that now because, again, thanks to Input, we have all of Macadam. We'll look at that coming up very soon. This is going to specifically be about this guy. I do not have a box. I do not have instructions. This is going to be interesting, man. This is going to be pretty darn interesting. So, first things first. This is what the guy looks like. His paint apps, honestly, they're a little stylized. They're based on concept art. There's more kind of yellow here than I think there was in the actual animation. This is his like battle masked face type of look. Still, if you know Thunderhowl, this is pretty good. The coloration's not quite right, but it's still pretty good. In the cartoon, even with the battle mask, for example, like his hands and his feet were not this yellowish color. The detailing here on his shoulders was blue. Kind of coming down the side of his body was blue. So like there's a lot more gold or yellow here, though the sculpting is correct. That said, I mean the coloration being somewhat inaccurate, I guess is no worse than the coloration for the Ultra Class Lad. The Ultra Class Lad is closer to like a Voyager size, as of course the Deluxe is closer to, well, Deluxe. Now the Ultra Class Thunderhowl I looked at in episode 739 just a little while ago. Big fan of that one actually. So in terms of a score for the coloration, we'll say it's 9. It's pretty good. You definitely know it's Thunderhowl. You can also, of course, put his sword in his hand. His sword is a yellow color with energon on it. And because his wrist is able to like go back like this, you can get more of a like a thrusting motion sort of with the sword. I like that. I think that's good. I appreciate little details like that. On the back here, you can leave this piece on here, or it can... I can wiggle it off. There. It can wiggle off. It's on by a peg hole there and a peg right here. This can go held in his hand, or you could always, if you're so inclined, I can line it up. Put it on his arm as like a shield. Now once it's on his arm as a shield, it does limit the arm articulation, but you do have that option if you want. I like this. I think it's pretty good. What about the articulation? Well, I'm going to get his sword out of his hand and this off of his arm, and then we'll actually talk about that. The head, it goes a little left and right, nothing up and down. The shoulders can go all the way around, which is quite nice. They can go pretty far out to the side as well. We have an elbow to maybe just under 90 degrees, a bicep swivel. The elbow does like to pop off, I'm not gonna lie. The wrist does rotate. The shoulder armor is on its own hinge, so it too can move. No waist. The hips can go forward and a little bit back if you get like a past all the junk there. We have a knee to about 90 degrees. That weird hinge at his ankle, you know, if that's any good to you. And the thigh armor, it can move. Really, it's for transformation, but it does move. Honestly, I think that the, you know, like the coloration is pretty good. Again, like what we're looking at about an 8, 8.5, I guess. The articulation, most of it is there that you would want for something of this size class. I'm gonna give it a solid, let's say a solid 9. You know what? Let's say a solid 9. It's pretty good. Then we get into the transformation. That's where this guy shines, because the transformation is actually super interesting for something from the Cyberverse line. Some great engineering, man, in the Cyberverse line, especially with this guy. So, what do we have here first? We take this off the back. If I can get it off, if I can wiggle it off. There. There's a peg hole right there. There's a peg right here. You can put it on his arm or whatever to become a shield if you're so inclined. I'm not, but you might be. The thing is, I don't have any instructions. I resorted to looking at a bunch of different pictures. The stock photography has this guy incorrect. It's wrong. It is not the way that he should be. So, don't go by the stock photography if you're stuck, because it has him sort of backwards from the way he should be. So, what do we do here? Well, we begin by bringing these sections up over his head. By the way, I do find while these sections are supposed to be all the way down, I do find, if I haven't already said it, that having them up a little bit helps with the shoulder movement in robot mode. So we bring those up over his head. Then there's a hinge right in here, and you bring that out and really all the way up over. And I guess you can lift that up and over for now as well. There's a lot going on there, man. Okay, then we will split the body here, and we bring it up on the side, and we also split, if I can do it, the back here for now. Actually, I guess we'll split the back here first. We split the back here, and the sword here goes, it can fit in over here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That'd fit in over here. So I have to put it in a proper way. Maybe I had to put it in that way. And yeah, then we close this up around the sword, so the sword is there in his back now. Then we have these pieces come up on the side, this whole shoulder comes down, this whole shoulder comes down. In the stock photography, these shoulders are underneath the head. That's not right. From this point, we bring the bicep armor, shoulder armor around to the front, and we rotate the claw to the front. we're going to do the same over here. We bring the armor. See what happened there with the elbow? The elbows really like pop off on this guy. Like a lot. At least on my copy of it. Turn this forward. I gotta get this elbow back on. Oh. Does not want to go on. Killing me, elbow. Okay, we bring that down. And bring that around. Okay. Then, all of that kind of comes up over for now. Okay, so, now we can deal with these legs. The legs fold out and fold out for now. They have that armor go forward, we bend at the knee, and we bend like that. Same thing over here. We have the leg armor come forward, we bend at the knee, and then we bend forward like that. This piece is down. Now, worth noting that back here there's a tab down on the lower part that locks in here. I'm actually going to show that closer because I've missed it before. And this guy has not been solid because of it before. Oh hey, before I do that, one other piece of transformation that I forgot. You have to extend these hips. They do extend. Otherwise you're not going to be able to get the tab to line up with the section that it needs to line up with. They slide, they're on sliders. Ah, there we go, and they slide down. Once you get those in, now, along with pushing this down the rest of the way, you're going to have a pretty solid wolf mode. Okay, so now we're almost there. We have a tongue, I'll call it, in here. And you put the energon, I don't know why, I mean, energon vomit, I suppose, I don't know. And then we can take his shield piece, and it will, again, be able to tab on using these two tabs. Back right there on his back. And boom, in the end, baby, here we have Thunderhowl in his wolf mode. It's an excellent wolf mode. Excellent transformation at 10. I love it. This guy's pretty fantastic overall. He was quite strong. I would say he is at least 9.5. In this mode, the legs and the arms retain their articulation. The head is a little more limited than I'd like. I don't know. You can move some stuff with it, but I don't like doing it. This is really good. I'm going to say overall score for the guy is a 9.5. New fiction being Cyberverse, a new character being Thunderhowl, and he is absolutely worth adding to a collection because he is just that good. And here we are once again, and here he is. First things first, the look is pretty good. Like, it's cool. It is definitely stylized. There is way more yellow here than was in the actual animation model. I may revision this as a different character. I may have the Ultra Class be Thunderhowl and come up with some other name for this guy as like another like legendary Cybertronian knight of some sort. I like the sword. The blast effect is... I feel like it should be down further on the sword, but I can't get it down any further. It's weird. When you put it on his wolf tongue, it looks like he's vomiting energon. That's strange. So it's a cool looking blast effect, but I don't know necessarily how functional it really is. The articulation is better than I thought. I'd heard that this was highly limited. And indeed, if you put these pieces on the side of his head all the way down, they are limited. The conversion is bonkers, but brilliant. I am amazed that there's that much engineering in a Cyberverse offering. It's really interesting with so many moving parts. Not exactly intuitive, but once you know it, you know it. It's like it's easy to miss certain parts. Like you got the body extending, and you got, you know, pieces that turn around. You got this extra joint down here, and it's just, it's so well done. It really is. It's a great robot mode. It's a great wolf mode. Good articulation, a great conversion, and very interesting looking coloring. I think it's an absolute win, an absolute success. Don't pass him over, man, if you get the opportunity. Let me know what you think about Thunderhowl. I appreciate you guys coming by and giving me some of your extremely valuable time, man. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button, man. Stick around, have some fun with us. We do a lot around here. Don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single day, man, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, man, right here inside the videos.